Welcome to my channel where we talk about everything and all things about politics, especially the 2023 presidential election. In this video, we are going to talk about a cover story report by the Thisday Newspaper. And it was a report that drew the attention of many, although some people may not even be aware of it. But this is the report of Thisday Newspaper, on the cover of Thisday Newspaper for Monday, September 26, 2022. This is what the cover of Thisday said. It said, 152 days to 2023 polls will be set to disrupt deadlock presidential run. And the paper reported, and I will read part of the report that Thisday gave, then I will counter their position thereafter to show that they were wrong in their analysis. "152 days to 2023 polls will be set to disrupt deadlock presidential run. With 152 days to the 2023 general election and less than 48 hours to the official commencement of political campaigns, as indicated in the timetable and schedule of activities of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, presidential candidate of the Labour Party is not just the issue in the election, but he also appears set to disrupt and deadlock the February 25 presidential race." Now, before I go further in reading for you excerpt from this Thisday report, let me first of all say it here that I am probably the first Nigerian who predicted that 2023 presidential election may end up in a deadlock, that there will be a runoff. And I also projected that if it is going to go to a runoff, Peter Obi will win more states than any other presidential candidate in the first ballot. So Peter Obi will be the candidate to beat as the runoff, as the country goes into a runoff, and Peter Obi will eventually win the runoff. Now, Thisday is saying it just on the 26th of September. I have said this long ago. If you go to my video archive in YouTube, you see I have already projected this, that is going to happen because of the impact of Peter Obi in this race. And that at the end of the day, Peter Obi will triumph. And I still stand by that my position, that my postulation. If the 2023 presidential election is free and fair, Peter Obi will win it. Now let's go on. Because right now, people will think that it is Thisday that first of all came up with this projection that the election may end in a runoff. I did project it, but I also did say it that Peter Obi will win even the runoff. According to Thisday, a recent Thisday survey revealed that with the obedient movement fast gaining traction in many parts of the country, especially as new volunteers enlist on the Obi project almost on a daily basis. There might not be a clear winner in the first ballot of the presidential run, as the Obi factor might cause a disruption leading to a runoff, leading to an inconclusive exercise. What the current trends presuppose is that Obi is causing a major upset in the election that could disrupt and deadlock the presidential vote such that no winner will emerge, thereby forcing a runoff. Already, the 2023 presidential election is generally considered a three-horse race among the trio of Atiku Abubakar of PDP, Bola Tinubu of APC, and Peter Obi of Labour Party. Though many still hold the view that it will be a straight fight between Atiku and Tinubu, which will be disrupting the emergence of a clear winner. So that's these days trying to play mind game with the Labour Party and Obi candidate and his supporters. Let us go on. Eventually forcing a runoff. Now this day is claiming another thing. He said, according to data available to this day, Peter Obi is likely to win in the entire Southeast with an average of 60%. And he is trending at 30 to 40% in the South-South, 20 to 30% in the Southwest, and 30% in the North Central. But he is 5% in the Northeast and Northwest. Okay? This means that Obi is picking winning votes from Tinubu and Atiku, and at the same time disrupting their calculations. Now, this day now begin to break down their figures. In the case of Atiku Abubakar, he said Atiku Abubakar will get 20%, 20 to 25% in Southeast, 40 to 50% in the South-South, 20 to 30% in the Southwest. That's a huge figure they are giving Atiku Abubakar. And then 30 to 40% in the Northwest and 40 to 50% in the Northeast. Atiku is also doing 30% at the moment in the North Central. When it comes to Tinubu, this is what this day found out in their so-called data. 50 to 60%. That's Tinubu is doing 50 to 60% in his home base, Southwest. 10 to 15% South-South. 5% Southeast. 30 to 40% in North Central. 40% in the Northwest. 30 to 40% in the Northeast. According to this day survey, based on findings from field reporters, which is not scientific, thank God they recognize that it's not scientific, but just trends. Obi is unlikely to win. You see, this is the genesis of the whole report. This day, in this report, was literally commissioned to show that Obi will not win. So they are playing to the gallery to fit into what their master want to hear, that Obi will not win. But they are in for a surprise. Let's go on. He said Obi is unlikely to win, but he will most likely, he will most certainly disrupt the presidential run for the two big guns. Okay? Now, first of all, I want to tell you that Obi will not only disrupt the two big parties, APC and PDP, Obi will win the 2023 presidential election. And I'm not saying it lightly. I'm saying it based on what I have seen, based on the mood of the country, based on my own analysis of situation of things. If you have been following this my YouTube channel, you will know that I am the first Nigerian, perhaps, and you know God don't lie, to first project that if Tinubu wins the APC presidential ticket, that he is going to do a Muslim ticket. I did say it, that if Tinubu gets the APC ticket, I was the first person in Nigeria that I know that saw it coming, that Tinubu is going to do Muslim tickets. When I dropped it on social media that is what is going to happen, people thought it was impossible, but it's now before us. I'm the person that first said it weeks ago, months ago, that this election, or presidential election of 2023, may end up inconclusive. But in going to the inconclusive stage, Peter Obi will win more states than any other presidential candidate. He will win more states than Tinubu of APC. He will win more states than Atiku Abubakar of the PDP in going to the runoff. And the runoff will be between Obi and any other candidate, between Atiku and Tinubu. And I did say it, that Atiku is out of this race. And I still stand by it. Now let's go on. And before I go on to give you more insight into Thisday reports, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, let us go into the message that this day was commissioned to pass. Because without fear of contradiction, Thisday Newspaper is promoting the presidential aspiration of Atiku Abubakar. So I was not entirely surprised when I saw the leaning of their so-called projection, which was not based on any known scientific process, which they also admitted. But let us go in and look at it. First, what Thisday tries to do is this. Number one, Thisday want to counter the poll that was carried out by NOI Post Limited and ANAP Foundation. The recent opinion poll that they did, in which Obi, the report said, if the election were to hold today, Peter Obi of Labour Party will win. And the NOI gave reasons based on its own scientific polling process why the case was like that Peter Obi will win. Of course, that unsettled the Atiku camp, which this day is leaning towards. Because Atiku did not only came third in that poll, it performed abysmally. If you go to the data of the spread of support for Atiku Abubakar. So apparently, Thisday want to do them a favor. to show that what ANAP and NOI poll did is not correct. But they themselves admitted in their own reports, which was basically done by their reporters. Okay? So their own is non-scientific. NOI is based on scientific, statistical analysis. So which one do you believe? The one that is based on scientific or statistical data analysis, or the one that is based on subjective analysis of reporters of this day across the country? Of course, you have to believe the professionals who are experts in polls more than newspaper reporters. Beside the ANAP poll, ANAP NOI poll had been accurate. Since 2011, they have projected accurately who emerges the president of Nigeria. They got it right in 2011, they got it right in 2015, they got it right in 2019, and they are going to get it right in 2020. So this day cannot use their subjective analysis to counter NOI and ANAP poll. Now, number two thing to also take away from this, as I said, they want to give hope to Atiku Abubakar that he stands a chance in this election. And standing a chance in this election is difficult for Atiku because already he has lost South, South, and Southeast. No matter what they tried, how they try to paper over it, Atiku has lost out South, South, and Southeast. And I don't see him doing any magic in Southwest. Then add to his woes his fight with the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. So there is no pathway for Atiku to win the 2023 presidential election. No pathway. No pathway. Number three agenda that Thisday wanted to is pursuing or tries to pursue in this report is to deflect the growing confidence of the Obi supporters, of the Obi movement, that their man is likely to carry the day, that their man is winning. So they want to cast doubt. It's a mind game that Atiku is using this day to play, to cast doubt in the mind of Labour Party and Obi supporters, that despite all the marches, despite all the mobilizations, despite all the reaching out to the grassroots, it will be that they say it doesn't have structure. And it's now showing evidence of existence of structure. That despite all that, this is going to be a race between Atiku and Tinubu. And that Obi movement is just all noise. That is what they try to create. That's the impression they want to create. But I'm happy that many people are not going to buy into it. The Obi movement will not be deterred in moving ahead. Because I have said it before, that all things are working out for good for Peter Obi because of the blunders of the APC and PDP. When APC decided to run a Muslim ticket, when PDP refused to zone the presidency to the southeast and threw it open, and the architect of that disruption, Atiku Abubakar, grabbed it through the dollar rail. And the argument of Atiku was that there should be nothing like zoning, that what is important is a candidate that can win and be able to grab power from APC. And that is after the election, then they talk about zoning. But if you ask Atiku Abubakar now, then why is Ayo still the chairman of the party? He says it's based on the constitution. But the constitution, the same constitution, did stipulate that there should be zoning. And if you are to go by that zoning, Southeast ought to have gotten the presidential ticket. Atiku says he's going. What is important is who can win APC. Now he has gotten the ticket. Some of us are watching to see the pathway that he's going to win that presidency now that he has the ticket with him. Without the South and the Southeast, and Southwest has no time for Atiku Abubakar. I don't know the pathway Atiku will win. If you look at Nigeria's recent political history, especially presidential history, you discover that President Muhammadu Buhari had been contesting election since 2003 and always carried block votes in Northwest and Northeast, but he never became president of Nigeria. Now let us assume, without considering, that Atiku will win Northeast and Northwest. How is he going to get the presidency? Because Atiku is not going to win in the North Central. Because Atiku had remained silent over the killings by herdsmen and the communities have been driven away in the middle belt of Nigeria. Atiku never said anything. In fact, when Benue State enacted anti-open grazing law, Atiku opposed it. And already, the Christian Association of Nigeria has said that nobody should vote for a presidential candidate that is against anti-open grazing law. So on what basis would the Christian-dominated middle belt of Nigeria give Atiku vote? On how can he emerge president? Which direction? There is no pathway for Atiku to be president in 2023. Unless they rig it. Thank God for beavers. If they want to rig it, the beavers will make it difficult for them to rig it. But of course, they will try. But the truth of the matter is that if this election is free and fair, Atiku has no pathway to become president in 2023. Now, one other thing this Thisday report expose is in being generous to Atiku Abubakar. They were extremely generous to Atiku Abubakar. Because if you look at the data they gave Atiku Abubakar, the points they gave up, in fact, they claim that Atiku Abubakar performed better than Peter Obi in the South. It's not possible. It's not possible. The percentage they allocated to Atiku, saying that he's doing better than Peter Obi in the South, no, it's not true. That figure is doubtful. It's a cooked up figure. Of course, they said it themselves that it's not based on any scientific polling process. So they have already cast doubt even in their own reports. So nobody should take it serious. Now, if you look at their modeling that they use in doing their polls, their reports, it cannot stand the test of the kind of scientific process that NOI poll and ANA Foundation, the processes they use, very thoroughly scientific. And it is based on the methodology that is being used by Gallup polls. And you know, Gallup polls is one of the most credible polling companies in the world. They have been doing polling analysis scientifically since 1935. So they are not your mates in terms of doing polls. And NOI have been smart enough to program their processes of polling, which is scientific, which is based on actual statistical analysis on the method used by Gallup polls. So you can bet that theirs is more credible, more scientific, more believable, and more presentable than what Thisday has done with their reporters. And there's an interesting thing. Thisday said that they are going to do another poll, which they will do in collaboration with an international polling company. Already, I can bet that their poll is going to be compromised, because unless they gave it to a scientifically and long-standing polling company like the Gallup polls, it may be done to skew in favor of Atiku Abubakar to counter the growing disaffection towards his campaign. So that is what I suspect. But meanwhile, we all will wait for Thisday to come up with that poll they say they want to do with an American, with an international polling company. Now, as I've said, Atiku Abubakar will find it difficult even to win in the Northeast and Northwest. Atiku Abubakar, for whatever reason, is never loved in the Northeast and Northwest. If you go and check the 2019 election results, Atiku Abubakar lost woefully in the Northwest. Atiku Abubakar only won 2 states in the Northeast, and those states were Taraba and Adamawa. These are predominantly Christian states in the North. And even winning those 2 states, Atiku won with only small margin. He won in Taraba with only 28,000 votes, and won in Adamawa, his own state, with about 26,000 votes or thereabout. So whereas if you compare the gap, Peter Obi won, who was in the ticket at that time. Anambra State defeated PDP defeated APC with over 400,000 votes in Anambra State. That's Peter Obi's home state. But Atiku struggled to even win in Adamawa. If you are in doubt, go and check Adamawa State presidential election results, 2019. Now, Atiku is contested again, and there is no doubt that he's likely to get the same treatment this time around. More so, as Kwankwaso is in the race, as Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in the race. This division of votes in the Northwest and Northeast will make it easier for Peter Obi to garner enough states to be able to come tops. Peter Obi will have more votes nationwide and win more states in the first ballot. And as the country enters the runoff, Peter Obi will emerge the president of the country. That's my projection. And I'm not saying it lightly. That is what is going to happen if this election is free and fair. So I can say it without fear of equivocation that Thisday goofed in this their report by saying that Peter Obi will disrupt the election and stop the victory of either Atiku or Tinubu. No. Peter Obi will disrupt the system. He will disrupt the election and emerge the president, the winner of the election. That is what will happen. That is what I have projected, and that is what I see coming. So this is wrong in projecting Peter Obi merely as a spoiler. We want to spoil the chances of any of these Atiku and Tinubu winning at first ballot. No. Peter Obi is coming to win the election. Now, and if Peter Obi continue this momentum that he's going with, we still have a long time to go before next year. If Peter Obi continue in this momentum, I can even project that there will be no rerun, that Peter Obi will win at the first ballot. Just keep tabs on this channel and you will not go wrong. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. If you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you.